Doorways is a 4-day long camp. We meet Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 10 a.m. till 12:30, and we are creating original theater by using story theater techniques and also by using Shakespearean text and verse. What I want the kids to get out of it is I want them first and foremost to have fun. And kind of, it's almost sort of tricking them into acting, and by acting out stories and by I think doing things that come very naturally to kids, taking on characters and taking on roles and understanding emotions and developing relationships that before they know it, they're acting. I mean, I have kids who are really shy. I think maybe their parents bring them here in hopes that they'll kind of get out of their shell a little bit, and we do a lot of group work, and I try to be really sensitive to those kids who this might be their first experience, or they might be a little afraid to talk on their own, or a little just shy to be up in front of people. So we really try to foster a group environment where they feel really safe and where they feel like they're part of a team and that they're part of something, and it's just not them out to sea. A lot of those games, they do kind of masquerade as learning tools, like the Here We Come game. They're having to act things out and make the invisible visible and be sensitive to space. And the Wax Museum game is really about awareness of their bodies and being still and listening, and being sharp and moving and making very clear choices.
But more than anything, these games are about connection. It creates a sort of a sense of unity and solidarity amongst them. And so it's the exploration, it's the creation, but more than anything, I think it's the community building.
Teamwork and collaboration is something that I would love to have them walk away with this too, that it's not everyone doing their own thing and then hoping that it all works. It's really that they depend on each other, and that the ensemble is really the most important thing, and listening to each other, and that there's a moment for them, there's a moment to give and take, and that's what a lot of those games try to cultivate, is just a sense of ensemble, and then also just to have fun.
They're doing a lot of great things here. I think exposing kids to language and text and action and being intentional with your words is something that I don't think people need to wait till they're in their teens or in college to learn that, because I think we're losing a lot of communication skills with technology, with iPhones and iPods, and we don't listen to one another anymore. We don't really talk to one another, and I think giving kids the opportunity to do that, to speak to each other and listen, I think is important.
So the tools that it takes to succeed at those games and play those games are the tools that they will be using when they're on stage.
I think the kids really get the opportunity to be a part of something special. When they think of Shakespeare, they think of something as big and impossible and very noble. And when they dive into it, they're like, wow, this is great language that I actually understand. And I think they feel a sense of something different than if they've ever done theater before. There's an excitement that comes. There's this sort of giddiness to the students. And they loved playing games, but they couldn't wait to get to doing the scene work. They just wanted to rehearse. They wanted to inhabit these worlds and these characters that have always seemed so distant and far away, and something that someone has probably told them, oh, when you get older you can try it, or you're too young to understand it, but they love it.
I have a lot of grandparents who are local, and then their grandkids are up for the summer, and this is like something fun that they can do while they're up here. Some are local, and then some, like I said, they plan their vacation around being able to do Doorways, and they know that they're going to be in Door County for a week in the summer, and they pick this particular week to come up so that they can take Doorways.
For me, it's great to be around them, because as we get older, our imagination starts to fade and dwindle, and as actors and actors who've been trained with workshops in school and conservatories, I think sometimes we lose that childlike wonder with imagination. We lose just playing, which is theater, and we get so wrapped up in technique and voice, we slowly bury that childlike imagination. So to be around it is refreshing and recharges something that gets lost in the humdrum of life.
It's very important for students and for kids especially to have ownership over their stories and their experiences, and that's a huge triumph for me that I have 7-year-olds who really are so excited to do Shakespearean text and play Shakespearean roles and say the words, and they don't want to paraphrase, and I'm really excited about that I can give them some tools and then give them the text, and then just have them go to town and create something that, again, that they still have some ownership over it, because a lot of the ideas and a lot of the feelings and a lot of the thoughts, when they paraphrase them, they come from their experiences and how they would talk, but then they're able to put that into the text and create some really real moments, and that's very exciting.